talk about Ripple and their participation inside of this pilot, what they are doing is they're partnering with Fubon Bank, which is a Taiwan bank, essentially looking at tokenizing real estate. So it is actually different from what they had originally envisioned Ripple to do, which is pure play payments. But the tokenization of real estate is what they're trying to explore inside of this particular pilot. So, but yeah, to your point, exactly. It's very interesting how one jurisdiction is actually in a legal battle with them, and another one is actually adopting them as a pilot use case, right? So
Ripple does work with a number of central banks around the world. We've publicly announced some of them. And we're in the phase of kind of testing, experimenting, and they're issuing their central bank issued digital currencies on the XRP ledger.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Going to a different economy. And we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold. Bitcoin is an international asset.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. We all know this channel is shadow banned. Now, guys, in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events, and then also I give you the New World Order cryptos. But of course, you have to do your own research. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly pulling back. But we are the only game in town on the weekend. And then plus, guys, we do have open interest. We'll see whether that picks up. Now, we have the mainstream media pushing the spot Bitcoin ETF. And of course, it's because of BlackRock, Fidelity, and others. But guys, we know it's the big banks. And that defeats the whole purpose of Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin was supposed to get rid of the banks. Now we see the big corporations and big banks running all of crypto. So that us versus them narrative is out the window. And those who built me from the beginning, I told you a long time ago that this time would happen. And also we have the mainstream media pushing AI. And we know the machines are coming. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about the indicators. We had yield rates on Friday moving up. We had the dollar pulling back in crypto. We do have volume slightly down. And we have Tether and USDC. And we have Tether freezes 2.5 million of USDC transferred from multi-chain Phantom, and also 63 million from USDC after Phantom was exploited. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed repo at 1.8 trillion, and we know we have to keep an eye on Janet Yellen. But don't forget, the central banks are raising rates and running off the balance sheet in order to destroy this legacy market, so the fourth industrial revolution can rise, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And guys, we're about 2 weeks away from Fed now, and we know it's going to take a while for them to implement all the banks. But we see this plan moving in phases. We had ISO start in March. Now we have Fed now in July. And we know the emerging markets are flipping that switch to this digital transformation next year. And we also have the Fed Jerome Powell in the House for the FOMC meeting later on this month. Now we have the European trade body warns against the exclusion of DeFi from MiCA. And guys, we know DeFi is definitely the new banking. And we know with the higher interest rates for longer that the Fed keeps saying, they know there's no way that these small banks can survive. And we can go to the Fed website and see how they're propping everything up. But remember, guys, this is part of a plan. The banking crisis was set up 10 years ago. There's no way that this banking model would survive with blockchain and tokenization. The fee model was out the window. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale sent about $25.2 billion. And we have Gemini files lawsuit against Digital Currency Group and Barry Silbert over Genesis and Earn program. So, guys, we see the movie keeps going. And then also we have Grayscale with the lawsuit against the SEC because it wants to do a spot Bitcoin ETF. Then we have BlackRock, Fidelity, and the other big banks coming in to do a spot Bitcoin ETF. And changes the language, and then has Coinbase as the surveillance partner, which we know Coinbase is in it with the SEC. So when we see the media pushing an agenda, we know it's a distraction for something much bigger. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have the SEC says Coinbase knew it violated security laws. And like I stated, this is the same Coinbase that BlackRock and Fidelity has as surveillance, and BlackRock uses Coinbase as custody. And then we have Binance market share at its lowest point year to date. So when we look at Grayscale, Coinbase, and Binance, they're all going at it with the SEC. But guys, we know Gary Gensler and Janet Yellen are the chess pieces to get us over to the fourth industrial revolution. Their job is to hold the United States back until the emerging markets are rising, and then we're going to follow on purpose. Remember, they have to destroy America to Babylon 2.0 along with the United States world reserve currency. And then we're going to see the rise of the BRICS nations, emerging markets led by China, along with that digital yuan backed by that digital SDR. And remember, the Crypto Teacher wrote about it and told you about it a long time ago. Now we have Solana AI-powered tool could help normies pick NFTs. And again, guys, is AI helping humanity? Something they can do on their own if they study and learn, but AI is here to assist. Don't forget the narrative that they're pushing with AI. AI is going to help you do this. AI is going to help you do that. But all along, they're setting AI, the robots, algorithms, and drones to take the whole economy over. So therefore, you rely on government to take care of you. And we know that's not something you want. Don't be caught on the wrong side of history. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And then lastly, guys, we have Ripple Labs to revolutionize real estate industry through tokenization. And guys, I've been talking about tokenizing real estate since I first started this channel. And I think Ripple probably started talking about it around that same time. But by tokenizing real estate, you can have 10 people or more owning a piece of real estate and them not even knowing each other. And then on top of it, you can tokenize the equity. And all this technology, if it was in the right hands, would change the world for the better. Remember, technology can be used for good or evil. It just depends on the hands that it's in. And we can clearly see this technology is in evil hands. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Xrp, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Team save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Team save New York. From COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.